Vincent, firstly, thanks very much for stopping by. I know it's a busy time pre-season and we do appreciate it. Can we just take you back to the end of last season and your memories of that final day and the celebrations and what it's meant to you as a player?
Yeah, well, last game was a game that will remain a very strong part of our history, I'm sure of. I think that there will be speaking about this game for the 50 or 100 years to come for this club. But in the same way that I've enjoyed it, I'm kind of looking forward already. And one of the main things for me is to not keep looking back at this game for too long. I just want to move on.
But people, presumably, just like I did, constantly reminding you of the fact that we hadn't won the league for a long, long time. I mean, has it been a big story in Belgium, you captaining the Premier League team?
It's been a big story all over the world. But, I traveled a lot, and so I met a lot of people from different countries, and all of them have got their reminder of that particular moment, because all of them have somehow experienced it in a special way. But again, looking forward, for me, this is over now, and it's about what's laying ahead, really.
I mean, you just want to simply build on that legacy now and build more history, and winning it. What people say, winning it once is fine, but let's really great teams win it twice, 3 times.
Yeah, I've always said it. You lay down the foundation, and if you do it right, then you can be successful for a long time. That's the aim.
You mentioned in passing there your travels during the summer. Can you tell us where you've been and what you've been up to?
Yeah, I've been far too many places, I think. From Kinshasa to Marrakesh and Vietnam and Singapore and Malaysia and China and other European countries, New York. I guess the main thing is that everywhere I've been, everybody has apparently seen the game or heard from that last day of the season. So, yeah, I mean, you do realize that now you have made an impact worldwide. But it's not for me to just keep saying it or keep thinking about it. I think there's so many more great stuff ahead of us, and that's what interests me.
And so here we are in pre-season. How important is pre-season in terms of gelling the squad? And
pre-season is massive. That's you have a good pre-season. Usually they say that you'll have a good season. It's not always the case, but for us it's such an important part of actually our whole season. So yeah, I mean, when you play football, you do tend to have not just the months of Premier League that are important, but you almost have a full 11 months of football who are important, and pre-season is a part of it.
And the Euros mean that a lot of the first team players are not here in this first part of the tour in Austria, but there's a lot of young players come with you. How important is it for you as the captain to make sure they're integrated into the squad?
Well, first of all, they are part of the squad, and second of all, it's a great opportunity for all of them to showcase their talents, which a lot of them have got a lot of. In a way, I think all of us that are now in the first team or have been in the first team for a while have gone through this process. I was a young player. I was 17 or 16 once, and I got the chance to train with the first team, and I took that chance. And several players that are training with us today will be having that chance now as well. And I'm sure several will seize the opportunity.
I mean, do you and the other senior players have a chat and consciously make an effort, or does it just come naturally to mix with the younger players?
Yeah, no, I think it comes naturally, and all it is obviously they still have a lot to learn, which is just normal. And whenever they need advice, we give advice. Whenever they ask for it, we're always available. And all I can give now as an advice to all of them is just use the opportunity in the best way you can, because those moments stick for me through my career when I was that age, and I'm sure it'll be the same for them.
Just out of interest, what was your first training camp and where did you go?
Well, we went to Holland with Anderlecht, and it all went very quickly for me. I had a very good training camp, And I was very young. I was 17 at that time, and people started to think, well, are we going to give him a chance or not? But he's still very young. And before I knew it, there was a Champions League game coming, which was my very first game, Champions League qualifier. Got a chance, played well, and then got another chance in the league, played well again, and then never been out of the team since.
And is it as important for young players to learn how to be a tourist, a football tourist, part of the team away together for 2? Is that all part of the learning process? Is that a hard thing to adapt to?
No, I think it's something you have to enjoy, especially when you're young. I think when you have your family and you're older and you've got kids, I think that going away for such a long period is maybe a little bit less enjoyable. But at that age, 17, 18, you don't have anything to, worry about. It's a great experience to just be away with a group that has so much experience ultimately.
We wind up with the Community Shield as the last game. Is that the final indicator of where we're at?
Well, I think probably not, because last year's Community Shield was a bit of a disappointing moment for us, me in particular at that time. But it just shows that maybe we were a game late into our preparation. I think our preparation now is going to involve a lot more practice games, and therefore I think we'll be ready in time for that Community Shield. But I think last year we were maybe a game late into our preparation, and therefore that we probably didn't make the most out of that opportunity. I'm convinced that this year that we're gonna, be able to have a strong performance against probably a very strong Chelsea side as well.
Lovely. And just finally, in Olympic year, will you be watching the Olympics at all? Will you get time? And any Belgian gold medalists on the horizon?
Yeah, I'll be watching the Olympics definitely. We have the two brothers, the twins Borlee, who are running the 400 meters, so we hope they can get a medal. And then we have the relay team. Seeing as there's already two of them in the relay team.
Half of it.
We hope for, and they won the European gold medal, so we hope that they can win 2 or 3 medals for us. And other than that, hockey, probably. So, yeah, there's a lot of Belgian athletes who got a lot of pressure on their shoulders because the hope is there for them, but we'll never compete with the top sides, of course, but, I will be supporting